Welcome back. Congress is going to make another run at Hillary Clinton and her emails, but it's not personal, according to the man heading up the new probe. Jason Chaffetz, chairman of the House Oversight Committee, confirmed he is planning a new investigation into the federal government's record keeping. Quote, the Oversight Committee has jurisdiction on Federal Records Act, and we intend to pursue that. Chaffetz told Politico during an interview this week, quote, I'm not specifically trying to target Secretary Clinton, he said, but when she creates her own private email system, she's ensnarled herself. Also, according to Politico, Chaffetz hasn't scheduled a hearing yet, but the Utah Republican has obtained new information, according to sources close to the committee. Chaffetz said the probe will be larger than Clinton, but she's right in the middle of it. Also, House Speaker Paul Ryan, according to Politico, is giving him the green light to proceed with caution, but Ryan is making it clear his preference that Chaffetz steer clear of Clinton personally. Also this week, Congressman Darrell Issa says those 22 top-secret emails the State Department withheld late last week only prove that Clinton should have known better whether the emails were marked classified or not.
The one thing about Hillary Rodham Clinton that I know, having worked with her, is she is smart and she knows what she sees, and that works well for her in her job, but it also makes her very much responsible when she traffics in sensitive information that should not be on an unclassified server, should never have been on hers.
Issa first investigated Clinton when he was chair of the House Oversight Committee. He has also echoed what others have said, that James Comey, director of the FBI, has no choice but to recommend an indictment.
And let's welcome in Ed Klein, the New York Times bestselling author of Unlikeable. Also check edklein.com and Ed Klein Confidential on Newsmax.com. Ed, as always, thanks for joining us here on Newsmax Now.
Great to be with you.
Ed, Congress had a special committee on Benghazi, and Darrell Issa had made a run at her prior when he was chair of the Oversight Committee, but no smoking gun yet. Shouldn't Chaffetz just leave this up to the FBI?
I couldn't agree more with you. I think for Chaffetz and Issa to get involved with this investigation into her emails is going to be stepping all over the FBI investigation. I think that's a terrible mistake. We've got James Comey, the director of the FBI, who I call the Elliot Ness, the untouchable of our time, handling this issue. Leave it to James Comey. He will get it right.
All right, and we want to talk about the campaign a little bit, too. Here are a couple clips from recent Clinton rallies in New Hampshire. Let's take a listen.
We know what will happen if the Republicans somehow take back the White House. And I'm going to do everything I can in this campaign, and hopefully as the Democratic nominee, to absolutely deny them that. We are not going to let them rip away the progress we have been making. When you strip it all away, the most important thing is to prevent the Republicans from taking back the White House.
Well, she doesn't say the most important thing is for her to take back the White House. So, Ed, am I reading too much into her word choice here? Others have mentioned that she might be hedging with her speech on the stump.
In what way?
That she might know something that could be coming down the pike.
I don't think so. I think this is a vintage Hillary Clinton screeching, if she's not cackling, kind of talking in a way in public that puts off a lot of people. This sense of inauthenticity about the whole thing. You know, I'm going to be righteous about it, and I'm going to do it. And it doesn't really come through as authentic the way when Bernie Sanders, the socialist, says he's going to do it. Hillary somehow just doesn't make the connection.
Ed, we're seeing more of President Clinton stumping for his wife. Yesterday, he was in South Carolina, and everyone sees him as kind of this asset for Hillary. But could he also be a liability for her on the campaign trail?
I think you put your finger on a very, very important new development. Not only did Hillary leave Iowa barely the winner, excuse me, not only did she lose about 80% of the vote of people under 30, not only is she running behind in New Hampshire, but for the very first time in this campaign, she has called in Bill Clinton like the cavalry to save her. Up to now, she's kept him at arm's length. We now have Bill Clinton in this campaign, and as you just indicated, you never know what you're going to get when you have Bill Clinton speaking on your behalf. He could say things that could screw things up for Hillary, as he did in 2008.
Yeah, a lot of folks talking about that again as he shows his face more and more on the campaign trail this time around, and everybody knows the Clintons are trying to avoid that repeat, Ed, from 2008. Great to see you as always. Remember, you can get a copy of Ed's book, Unlikeable, available now. As always, Mr. Klein, great to see you.
Great to be with you.
All right, talked about the issues cropping up on the Clinton campaign. What about Donald Trump proving last week that he can be beaten after all, as he made a switch up as we look forward to New Hampshire in the primary there? We'll talk about that when we come back after this.